Hello, Apollo Army. It's Matt Johnson, Caleb, and Zach joining you here today for the September 22nd edition of Office Hours, where we all get together and talk about our favorite crypto, Apollo, what it's about, what's happening with it currently, and most importantly, we open it up for questions and feedback from the community. So if you got that burning question or want to know where we're headed on anything, this is that opportunity. So anytime in the chat, please ask questions. We'll be monitoring that. We'll take a couple breaks between our agenda and try to answer them the best that we can. Tonight, we're just going to talk about a few things, updates of what's happening, on DWork. That's our kind of platform that we've recently partnered with to put tasks both internally and externally for people to pick up and work on and get rewarded for. So another community engagement reward system that we have, and talk a little bit about the contest. Of course, that's what we're built around. Apollo is a platform designed initially here to help creators get funded and find community for their visions and projects, and then eventually we see it grow into something as big and cool as this massive funding platform for any kind of idea, any kind of business, or you name it. That's what our engineering teams are building. So Zach will give us a little bit of a engineering update where we stand right now as well. So you can always find us at apollocrypto.org. That's our primary marketing website, not to be confused. And I'm going to get this little logo off my head here real quick. Not to be confused with our app website, which you can always get to through this contest link here. We'll link over there in a second after I talk about something on this page. But that's where you could actually, once you buy Apollo, you can go and vote for these great creators. So that's basically the process. The creators acquire a bit of Apollo, they submit their profiles, and then every couple of weeks we have a general contest where people, holders of the token, can vote for them to support them, and then a DAO, which is our treasury of funds that gets collected every time there's a transaction with the crypto, gets paid out to these incredibly talented people. So currently we're in the middle of our second season. A lot of you have been with us since season one. It's been an amazing journey. And season two, we just kind of tried a few new things, which is like a 2-week format. We're in the middle of our second contest, and at the end, we'll have another 12-person all-star competition to kind of wrap up the season towards the end of the year. But even kind of cooler and exciting of something different that happened last week, we have our first sponsored contest, which is a partnership with Center and Hinnock Corporation to put forward this kind of unique challenge where they were sent, all these creators, shoe designers were sent Nike Air Force Ones blank as like a canvas to design on. And we had a ton of engagement over just the course of a little less than a week. These designers, we did interviews with them, saw their designs, and excited to take the top 2 of that cohort into a finals round that will be towards the end of the year as well. So we'll do 2 more of these preliminaries, but I don't know if you want to pull up Caleb and show the winning design. I just thought it was uber creative. I think she said she put in like close to 40 hours or something of paint and design work on the shoe, and I thought it was amazing. So Caleb's going to pull that up here and show us the winning designer.
Yeah, here we go. So also, if you ever want to go back and look at previous contests, you can do that on the app site. So if I go to contest 15, this was the one. So Cassandra Santos was our number 1 winner, followed by Nick Reynolds. They both have awesome work. Cassandra gave us a Dragon Ball Z themed sneaker. So shout out to all the DBZ diehards out there.
I gotta say, like a funny story. My oldest son was big into Dragon Ball Z. I didn't know a whole lot about it at the time, but he had this little plastic toy that had the ball at the end. So I guess he does his move, and it has like a light up ball. But that's that one toy that got stuck at the bottom of the toy chest that you can never find, but went off at all hours of the night, would wake the baby up. Like it was a nightmare toy, but she did it justice. Those are really cool.
Yeah, I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan as well.
And so our second place winner, our runner up, is also getting taken to the finals for his design. Didn't he do something Cowboy related?
He did Cowboys football related.
Yeah, they're pretty cool because there's kind of a 3D elements on it.
Yeah, he does. If you go check out all of his work, he likes to do these 3D elements of like a extra Nike check made out of acrylic. It's pretty cool. He did some laser etching on this one as well to create this little Texas logo right here.
And I've learned a lot about just this culture of custom shoe design. It's huge.
It is huge.
Yeah, they have like lots of followers and very passionate and very supportive of each other. And it was just a fun week to kind of see what came out of this. And I think we got 2 more weeks of that, and the great talent to be shown there. And again, if you are a shoe designer, if you are someone that's interested or qualified for this, the process is on our website to go out and fill a application form out, so the team at Center and can look at this and kind of decide if they want to place you in one of their contests. And if you get the green light, you'll be invited to participate in the next one, which I think starts September 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
October 3rd or October 4th.
I'm way off there. Yes, the month would be October. Yes, it's the very beginning, first week of October, whatever that Tuesday is.
Yeah. So there's still an application form on this page
and that's off our website, right?
Yeah, correct. That's on the website.
So cool. Yeah, so exciting. We got season 2 live right now. Go and vote. We if click over there, Caleb. Got 7 talented creators. Just looked through all of their stuff yesterday. Again, just amazing, diversified, and some great talent. And that's how the Army helps us, right? Is like, go vote. It benefits you. You vote, you get POAPs, you get potential winnings, at the end of each season as a reward for your activity. There's no lose. It takes you 10 seconds. Of course, look at them, make a good decision. But to actually vote it yourself, it's really not that hard of a process. And we just need to get those numbers up, because when we talk about, how do we increase value of the project, the sponsorship model that we're building around this, I mean, sponsors care about eyeballs. They care about engagement. So the more that we can show contest to contest that we're getting that, the community's doing, they're going to invest more. We're going to turn around and invest that money into the project, and it's going to grow the project's visibility. And it's a pretty simple equation of how that engagement flows through to whatever metric you're looking for to improve in the project. It's just simple math. So like it's not a big ask, I don't think. There's lots of ways to engage with the project, but that's kind of the foundational one that we just need everyone to do. So if you haven't voted, go check them out, get involved, use your power to vote after you acquire that Apollo. So appreciate that, everyone. Awesome. Anything else, guys, on Contest 2 of Season 2?
Contest 2, Season 2. Yeah, tomorrow there will be an AMA on Instagram led by Blockchain Koala with some of the creators. And that it will be at 10 a.m.
Awesome.
Central, 10 a.m. Central.
And we're doing that on, you said Instagram, right?
Instagram, correct.
Yeah. And we had a great turnout on Instagram last week for the Center AMA. So that's kind of becoming my turn to learn more about the creators. So if you haven't voted yet, I mean, tune into this. This will give you like a sense of their passion and vision and what they do and why you might want to support them. So I really encourage everyone to participate in that. Awesome. All right, Zachary, let's talk engineering. What you got going on in the engineering sector right now?
Thanks, Matt. And I'm going to try to keep it somewhat quick. I guess I'm having mic problems, so there might be some scratchiness or something that you guys can hear. So our big push right now is kind of on the administrative and back-end database side. Is we're prepping for the move from just individual contests and now being able to bundle contests into what's called a series. So we'll always have, the main series, and that's what, most people will apply to. Instead of the contest, the center contest being, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's now actually going to be bundled in the back end as one series. The center people will apply to the entire center series. And then this is all like the platform for us being able to actually run concurrent contests. So this means that, if we have a main contest or a center contest coming up in the next few weeks, at the same time, we could also run, the Zach contest for the best Zach or something like that. And then, of course, that's our big push. But in the side, we're mixing in a lot of aesthetic things. You saw the contest page to browse old contests. We have some work there to make that look a little bit better and more informative. But yeah, that's what we're working on right now.
Great. And just kind of to bolster the importance of that with concurrent contests, back to the sponsorship model, we are currently talking to 2 other organizations beyond Center that has expressed interest in doing some form of contest. So, what you're seeing with Center is what we call like a season-long multi-tiered contest, right? And that's some of the architecture that's been created by Zach's team to kind of support, a variety of different styles. When we talk about a platform, you need a lot of flexibility because you never know what a brand is going to want or require. And as we're looking at ways to kind of sell eyeballs and sponsorship to these kind of things, some of them are going to want banner ads on a singular contest. Some of them are going to want to sponsor a singular contest, which Caleb's actually working with some other crypto projects and IP to kind of see if we could broker a deal between kind of crossover audiences that are already in crypto, which I think would be super powerful for us because they have a lot of engaged creators on their platform. Or some might want to, sponsor an entire season. We might be able to charge, tens of thousands of dollars for them to do that. The great part about that is that just comes in as a revenue source to grow and support the project and the people that are working on it, to push marketing, to push PR further, to be able to provide liquidity for future exchanges. I mean, there's so many things that opens up the door for if you're building a real business around it. And like we were talking about on our stream today, if you joined us on the the voice chat on Discord, which if you haven't, we do those a couple times a week, just over lunch. It's a great way to just informally kind of talk and ask questions and listen. We talk about everything from industry events to what's going on with Apollo. But it's just this idea of like, if, we're running all these contests and generating this revenue, it's going to attract the right people that we want to attract to the project. And it just takes 1 or 2 of those organizations that realize the power of what we're building. And then, that gets out, it goes viral. It does what it's supposed to do, right, through its design. So we want to keep all those conversations going. Someone asked me in that chat today, it's just like, hey, I'm going to a school and I want information about how to pitch this. So we're putting together data that comes out of these contests about engagement and eyeballs, and making case studies and propositions that we can take out to lots of different institutions to gather their support, because it's knowledge about the project, it's potential revenue, and it's eventually just that viral spread is going to go through enough creators and enough voters where it's just a tipping point, and then we take off. So I'm really excited about the steps that we're taking. And it's hard during a market downturn, everybody tends to focus on one metric, but I get really excited about building a real product for real people that serves everybody that's involved in it. And those of you who are with us from the beginning, that's what we set out to do. That's what we, put the flag in, saying, what we're going to do is find something that benefits all people that are involved in the ecosystem. And I think this is the time that we're building that platform that's going to support it. So hats off to Zach and the engineering team and all the work that Caleb does too. Like Caleb has to do all the UX and UI that goes into, the design of how all these systems work. And it's not trivial. These guys put in a ton of hours and have done amazing work to kind of support these creators to be, enabled with this funding. So appreciate it, guys, and look forward to more updates on engineering. All right. With that, let's move into some DWork conversation. I know a couple weeks ago, I think I mentioned, yay, we had our first DWork task. And to remind everyone that doesn't know what that is, it's a platform that kind of supports, distributed work. We have worked through something called the Trello board. A lot of you might have seen that linked off to the website. That is basically a high-level accounting of everything that we're currently working on. Like anyone's garden, sometimes it gets some weeds in it. We got to go pick them and update it and stuff like that. And someone called me out on that last week, and thank you for that. We have kind of cleaned it up, but it kind of brokered this larger conversation of, wait a minute, we're creating this great thing to pay and promote and do all these things in DWork for tasks for the community. But we're doing everything else over here in Trello, and some of our engineering stuff. I know Zach still runs through Jira and applications like that. Is there any way we can consolidate this into one system? So we started that conversation, and maybe it could be in D-Work, but we wanted to try out a couple of things first with the community, and then Zach needed to look at it with his team and decide, does it have all the features and functionalities for him to run a true agile process through? So Zach's still looking at it from that standpoint, but Caleb, you want to take us through just a couple of things we have up there to remind people of the tasks that they could literally engage in now. And the idea is that the treasury, which for example, that gets funded by these sponsors. So
Right.
I think we put about $10,000 worth of Apollo into the treasury. That's a multi-sig wallet, safe, Genosis, whatever you want to call it. And at the end of the month, we'll go and validate all these things where the task's accomplished, pick winners where that's appropriate, press a button, and the safe will do its thing and then pay everybody out like a monthly kind of stipend or bounty that goes out to the people that did work. I think it's just an amazing platform. I think it's an incredible system like that we can reward people, in this way. So why don't you take us through what's going on there, Caleb?
Yeah. So D-Work, in a lot of ways, it functions just like Trello, where you have that Kanban style board. But it's for your project, but also for a larger economy. I think they said D-Work to them stands for distributed work, maybe, or decentralized work, DE. And so there's actually, you can find all these other communities that are using it as well. But if you go to our D-Work for Apollo, at overview, you have a general idea of what's going on a 10,000 foot view. So we have community stuff, we have contest stuff, and we have development stuff. For community, if you want to go into Apollo Army, we've already dropped a number of tasks that people can take up. And so like Matt said, what's really cool is that this D-Work is really tightly tied to the Web3 community and interfaces and blockchains. And so it's not just like Trello where like we're moving some cards around, but we can connect it to wallets, we can connect it to Gnosis safes, and we can automatically distribute funds for work that is being done. So a while back, Matt created an Apollo meme, and he put a $150 in Apollo bounty on it. So if you look at that, here's the rules for what you need to do. And then people can submit work right here and upload whatever it is that they create or whatever it is they do for a task. And then at the end of the month, for this one person will be chosen, and that project will be, or that work will be approved, and they will receive the funds. Similarly, show off your merch on social media. So this one, here's what you got to do: get some merch, Apollo merch, take photos of it, post it on social media, and then submit proof of that. So we've already got one submission here from C Money, and this one we're actually giving it out to 10 different people. So 10 people can claim this. The first 10 that complete and submit their work will receive $25 in Apollo. So you're kind of getting a free T-shirt if you hop on this pretty quick. I'll say you better do it fast because I know a number of people bought merch yesterday and today, and they've been talking about it. So I know everybody's kind of rushing to make that happen all of a sudden. But we're dropping other things that we want people to get involved with as well. So like review Apollo on Coinbase, or create and present a lunch and learn event. If you're part of another DAO or crypto, or just something interesting that's going on that you think people would find useful, you can do that and submit here. Other items that you can see. So Trello, it's open to the public so that everybody could see what's going on. That's really what we're moving towards here as well. So over here for contests, you can see some like the high level of what's going on, and then also broken down into a per contest project. So this is what I've been using for my work with the contest. So for each of these contests, I have these certain tasks that I need to complete. And once I do, then I can check them off, add the assets, move them around, make sure I've done everything that I need to do. Same thing for these other projects that we are constantly pushing forward. So it has a few other cool features. We do have a type of roadmap. It's really based on what projects we have running, based on a timeline. So if you do go here, you can see, all right, so here's today, and contest 2 started just a couple days ago. Next up is Center contest, then another Apollo contest. You can see leaderboards, which are based on people completing work and gaining task points and such for that. We also have this. So we have a community suggestion box. Anyone can add an idea, a recommendation, a thought, whatever, and we can look at those. So we'd love to see you over on D-Work if you can get there. I know some people have commented that they're having trouble getting connected between Discord and D-Work, particularly if they are using a mobile app like Coinbase Wallet. So if anyone solves that issue, let everybody else know.
And there will be a bounty for that. I'll set it up if you solve that issue.
Wow.
So there you go. Yeah, just to bring this into perspective, like we don't like just dredging you through technical task keeping applications for nothing. I think the value when you're talking to someone about like, well, what differentiates this project from others? We've always talked about it in the sense of Trello, but we're continuing to evolve our tools as well as, you know, our platform and our project. And just as software developers for many years, it's an important nod towards the maturity of the team and the understanding that they're not going to run themselves into a corner, and they're transparent communicators. And it seems kind of boring and mundane at one level. I don't think this one is, because, you know, there's real opportunity for people to get paid and contribute to the project here. But it's just important when talking to people. It's just like, and they have this and they have that. You know, when you're talking about a project that's just from the hip or run by a team that's not doxed, or, you know, just doing all these things that are sketch, like this fights that tide of telling someone like, this is what you want to be involved in. This is what a mature technology organization looks like. So that's why we take great pride in this and continue to tell you all about it. So thank you.
And we want this to be more where we can start opening it up to the community and other contributors besides just the core team who's doing the primary work on development or design right now. I know a number of people have hit me up offering to contribute to the design side of things, and that is something we want to do. And so this will help us organize that a little bit easier, where it's open to the community, and we can tie bounties or rewards or whatever it is we need to it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, awesome. So just one other little note before we head on to some Q&A here. I announced this morning that, you know, we're really trying to grow and push into our Discord. Everybody knows that. I've talked till I'm blue in the face. Probably y'all are blue in the face about it. But I really feel like that's our platform for the future moving forward. It just gives us a lot of optionality and functionality, like what we just talked about, integration with D-Work. But we're, you know, there's community members that are out there that are really bullish on pushing, you know, people there and traffic and using marketing tactics to kind of help grow that platform. We want to support that. And one way that, you know, we're going to do that is Monday. If you join the Discord, doesn't matter whether you've been there since the beginning or whether you joined today. If you join the Army in there, which we talked about a dozen times, and there's lots of people on hand to help support you in there, someone in the Army is going to receive, you know, $1,000 worth of Apollo on Monday. So this is just kind of one of those little spot things that we like to do, you know, to reward those people that are actually taking the steps to help grow what we're building here and participate in any way that they can. So take advantage of that. What do you got to lose? I mean, that's even easier than voting. You just, you know, click a few buttons, join the Army, say something, and contribute, engage in the community, and, you know, there we go. More people we have in there, more that viral word gets out faster. So help us there. Anything else, guys, before we open up for any questions? All good. All right. What do we got? Let's see. Yeah, D-Work sounds like it's calling card for all kinds of Web3 talent. I agree. There, Corey, I think posted that. Yeah. Interestingly enough, Zach and I have worked in, my game development and augmented and virtual reality company for several years, and we've used. Help me out, Zach. I can't even think of the name of the platform that we source talent from.
Oh man,
Upwork.
Yes,
It's
Upwork.
Yeah. So Upwork is like a freelancer network where they connect you. You can do everything through their system, and it's kind of like when COVID hit and Upwork was at the right place at the right time. I felt like that was just a place to go and scale and sort of. It doesn't take to replace kind of like the core leadership that needs to be in rooms together and working together. But as soon as I saw this platform, I was just like, yeah, they're just leaning into the future of how commerce works alongside of that as well. And it's genius. So I love it. I think we will find talent. I've challenged Zach actually to let's not think just about marketing and branding tasks associated about it, but are there engineering tasks that can grow from there too? Because why wouldn't you use the world as your source as opposed to your backyard? And that's just the philosophy of what we're doing here in Web3. So I agree, Corey. We're really bullish on it.
We have a question about the Center contest.
Okay, throw it up.
Put that up. Is Center planning to amplify the next contest via their Instagram?
That's a great question, and the answer is yes. So I had lunch with the head of Center yesterday, just to kind of talk through what we can do to improve. What we liked about the first round, and how do we make more connectedness in between the brand being a part of that story. They have their own kind of image and style and things that they want to do. So I got some feedback on that. But for the most part, we're going to give them a roadmap next week. They're going to start building some hype around the next preliminary. And then we even talked about some really cool stuff that involves their Austin store and maybe some billboard related activity too. So, don't hold me to that right now, but they seem to be very excited about that idea. And there might be a way that we can activate on that. But yeah, the short answer is, yeah, they're going to get involved and push some stuff to their Instagram, starting with the next cycle.
We have a question about hiring. Will ye be hiring any more people as ye grow? This is our Ireland friend. Would be nice if you were and you looked at the early Army members first.
That's something I've been wondering. I think D-Work, I don't know, is there a component of D-Work that allows you to submit like a resume or a skill set, or what would be the best way? Maybe that's something we could think on. What would be the best way for us to solicit from the Army, like a repo of skill sets? So then we can kind of put things to it. Any ideas?
When you make an account, it asks you what skills you have. I don't know if we can see that or what we can do with that.
It could be just a channel on Discord that we set up that it's just a talent board. I think I've seen that in a couple other projects actually. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a great suggestion, Daniel. We'll add that to our list. I got one. I agree, Red Raider. One of the things that we found through this journey is it's just this. I don't think it's just exclusive to creators, because everyone likes to box them as not being very technically minded, which is kind of a misnomer. I think Caleb over there is one of the most technically minded guys I know, and very creative. But there's just been this idea that it's hard for creatives to get into crypto, but it's hard for everyone to get into crypto. I mean, it's the reality of it. So on that front, why not go for the low-hanging fruit of other groups that are already using their tools to get people into crypto, communities that already understand crypto and got into their projects? Their businesses do it all the time. Complementary relationships of, how do we share our audiences to benefit and power each other? That's a no-brainer, and we just need to really double down on that, especially once we have the architecture to support lots of different types of contests, running concurrently, doing all that kind of stuff. There's no reason why. You guys have heard me talk from the beginning. I don't believe in this tribal protectionism or whatever was happening during the last bull run of my token and no other token. I mean, I think we're all fighting for crypto projects and Web3 projects. Like, if it means we have to combine with 4 other companies to become, the market cap and the power that we want to be, so be it. I got no pride in those areas personally. So I agree. I think finding those communities, and that's where this community could help as well. If you've been a part of one or you see one that has creators in there or an audience that is complementary to what we're doing, bring it up with us. Let's explore it. Awesome. All right. You want to do a couple more? Anything in there?
I'll just say this about merch. Merch ships pretty quickly and comes from multiple locations around the world. So I don't, if you're in Ireland, you'll probably still get yours within several days.
Cool. In the meantime, keep drinking Guinness. I mean, if that's your talent, go for it. I support it. Just be safe. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, team, if you got nothing further, we'll cap it here at about 30 minutes. As always, we do this every other week. Doesn't mean that we can't pop in sometimes and, do an impromptu one if there's some big news or something happens. Otherwise, a couple times a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do the voice chats in Discord. We're going to be in Discord a lot more over the next several weeks, just kind of trying to build that platform up. So join us there as well in the main chats. Tomorrow, I think it's 10 a.m. Don't forget the Instagram creator, 10 a.m. Central, Instagram creator interview. Show them support. And more importantly, everyone, please vote. Vote. That's what drives this entire ecosystem. So appreciate you all. Have an amazing week. And we look forward to seeing you guys on the socials. We'll take care.
Thank you all.